My name is Julie, and I'm a brand growth officer at Beautyque. Today, we're partying like in the 70s at Studio 54, but at Studio Beautyque. As part of the festivities, I'm so excited to be speaking with our featured influencers, Vanessa and Alina Vike of Vike Beauty. Launched by CEW winning beauty bloggers, Vanessa and Alina Vike Beauty was born in 2019. Alina's and Anissa's passion for beauty came to life in a joint Instagram account at the Vike Twins, where the sisters posted makeup and hair video tutorials to inform others of their favorite beauty tips. So welcome.
Thank you.
So great to have you both.
We're excited to be here.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we just have some questions that we, for those with us tonight. So I'm just going to hop right into it.
Let's go. Yeah.
So tell us about your relationship with beauty growing up. Was this something that you were equally passionate about?
Yeah, so it's something we both loved. In high school, we used to do like crazy makeup looks, like blue eyeshadow, like just
Lashes.
crazy colored eyeshadow. Yes, we used to wear false lashes like every day. We were like obsessed with like all the new trends and just going to Sephora, and it was just like a candy land. It was just so exciting, and we really discovered our love like at such a young age, and just like going on YouTube and looking at different tutorials. So it was always, that was just something like second nature and something that was just in us.
Great. And as twins, identical twins, how do you define your own personal beauty personalities?
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I feel like we do have like different ways we do our makeup. So our techniques are completely different, which is fun because like when we do makeup together, I learned something from her. She learned something from me. But I think the way we do our makeup is kind of different. Our techniques, which is fun, I think.
I think different, but similar. Like we still contour the same way in a way. We use some of the same products, but we do have a little different techniques for sure.
Like when you talk about different techniques, like what would be one technique that you might do differently from one another?
So I feel like we do like our eyebrows differently, like maybe our eyeshadow a little differently, just in terms of like how we start our eyeshadow, or just like different brushes.
I love cream blush. Do you use cream blush?
I'm okay with cream brush.
I love cream blush. I started using it. I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. It blends so beautifully. I use Grande Cosmetics and I love their blush. It's so amazing. I have to use it every day.
Like for me, I kind of prefer like the powder route. And sometimes she even contours with like liquid, right? You do so here, another difference that we have, that we just like different techniques.
That's funny. I never thought of that.
Me too. Same but different.
Well, I guess, as identical twins, it's kind of a way of standing out from one another. Yeah. So you had a different path into beauty, having studied finance in college. What was the moment when you realized that beauty was where you wanted your careers to be?
I think that once when we were in college, we always like knew we would have a brand. And I just remember us being in the library and like we were like in this room and we were like plotting like what our future brand would look like. And I just have like this memory because it's like when I look back, I'm like, wow, we actually did it. And it's just so crazy to think back on that moment of it just being like a dream. I think we just knew, like, even when I was looking for like finance job, like I just knew deep down inside, like to be truly fulfilled and happy, like we had to branch out and do our own thing, which is why we kind of started off with beauty blogging, because we just wanted to put like our tips out there. It kind of gave us like this, it was just so satisfactory to do something you truly love to do. And like, not that we didn't love finance, but I mean, just having your own brand and, being in the beauty industry is just so much more powerful to us and more fulfilling in our lives than just working, I guess, in a finance job. Yeah. So that's kind of like, we just always knew. It's like this weird feeling, but it's nice to be able to share this.
I'm happy that we did get our degrees and like did have some years in finance, because obviously it helps us in our jobs now. I mean, in our job
kind
now.
of like the finance degree was kind of like a backup plan. That's how I always thought about it, because I knew we would always somehow do this, but the finance degree was just like a plan B in case things went south. Yeah.
It's always good to have that plan B too.
Right.
Your Instagram page has seen tremendous growth in a short amount of time. So what do you think were the three most important factors to its success?
I think it's like being super transparent with your audience and just keeping it real. I think that especially when you review products and you work with different brands, like you always want to, you don't want to say bad things about the brand, but I feel like it's important to be honest to your audience. Yeah. So if you don't like a product, you have to kind of be transparent, because if you like every product, like how is someone supposed to trust you and, know what skin type you are so they can relate to you? So I feel like that's kind of like the balance that influencers have to find, where you kind of have to be super honest in what you say and what you put out there. And I think that's important.
Yeah, that's important. I think also being consistent is another thing. You have to almost post every day, be engaging in your stories, because if you go off the grid for a month and you post once a month, no, you're not really going to grow at all. So being super consistent is like.
And I feel like also like oversharing, because people love to look into other people's lives, especially on Instagram. I mean, that's like what it's basically for. So I feel like oversharing, kind of taking your audience with you, like no matter where you go, and just like posting stuff. I feel like it keeps the audience excited. They want to know what's going on in your life. It's kind of like when you watch reality TV, you just get invested. It's kind of like the same thing on Instagram, I feel. So when people get invested in you, they're going to watch you. They're going to want to know what you're doing next.
Yeah, great. And what would you say is your preferred social media platform, and why?
I think Instagram.
Yeah. We recently also like got into TikTok, but I think Instagram is still the number one app. But I feel like TikTok is still super fun just to kind of make like little clips, makeup clips. We also make clips for like our brand beauty, just like makeup removal stuff, which is super fun. But I definitely think Instagram is preferred. But I think for brand owners, it's important to get on all platforms. So we are on Instagram. We're also on TikTok. We do have a Facebook that we run ads from. And we also have a Facebook page so people can like and see different tutorials. So I feel like if you, as a brand owner, you want to spread out, because everyone's using everything. So the more you are seen on different social platforms, the more like outreach you'll get, I think.
Well, I know too, like TikTok has seen, tremendous growth, and, it's a way to highly engage, with, I guess, your beauty enthusiasts.
That's very true.
Followers.
Yeah. And it's so easy just making a clip about like a product, like makeup removal, like, we're going to bed, just take a 15-second video and, someone could see it, like, oh, wow, this is so cool.
Yes, brands and videos go viral. Like you just never know. Sometimes you could just do something so quick and that's the video that will go viral.
And you're like, this is what went viral. Seconds.
It's crazy. But it's super fun. For a brand, we definitely went on TikTok during quarantine. We worked with a lot of influencers on TikTok. So it was super fun. We love TikTok, but Instagram is still number one.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then came Vike Beauty. And so how has that journey been from starting as influencers to now entrepreneurs?
I think that we're so lucky that we were influencers in the beginning, because that really helped us being brand owners. Like we 100% understand how to reach out to influencers, because we are influencers. So we know how we like a brand to reach out. So that's something that we're really strong in. I think also being beauty influencers, we made so many connections in the beauty industry. So if there's ever a need of a question, or if there's ever something we want to collab on, we just reach out. We know the brand owners, we know the marketing team. So it's just been so helpful. I won't say easy transition, but such a smooth transition for us, rather than if we did not come from the industry and we just dived into the industry. Right. I believe that would be harder. So I think our beauty background and our years of influencing like made it such a smooth transition for us.
And like even when we launched, we got to launch at Ipsy New York, and that was because of our influencer connections to the Ipsy team. We used to promote their box. So it was just such an amazing transition because we had that connection. So we were able to launch there. And also when we launched the brand, one of our strategies to grow an Instagram page is to do brand giveaways. And we did it with a lot of the brands that we already worked with, and we knew the marketing team. So we emailed them like, hey, we launched the brand. We would love to do a giveaway with you. And like all these brands are on board. And it was just so amazing. It was so sweet. Yeah. Like these big brands.
Because they were huge brands that were like Sephora. So we did not expect them to want to do a giveaway, because we understood we were small. So we understood, but but
they were still did it. Yeah. It was just like so sweet. So because always remember that.
Their thing was like, you guys helped us. So of course, like we'll repay you and help you guys. So it was just like, there's so much love in the beauty industry. Like it was just incredible.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome to have, Sephora on board with you that way.
Definitely. Yeah.
And what do you think has been then the hardest part of creating a beauty startup? And what's been the most rewarding?
I think like the hardest part is to make a product that stands out and make it like which you think is like perfect. I think that was like the hardest thing because like as a new brand launching, we wanted to create something unique, not just like launch with a lipstick or something, because we wanted to like stand out because there's so many products out there. So we kind of looked at the white space and we figured that makeup removers in general are not like, there's no innovation there. So we're like, okay, this is where we're going to launch because we feel like we could make something interesting here. So we came up with the idea of the spray, which is with skincare benefits, which is something, that's not really seen. It's something that's different. We wanted to make the whole removal process fun. So I feel like that's the most challenging part. Like when we started is to just kind of come out with something that's unique and authentic to the brand. That's right.
Yeah, I think another challenge is when you're first starting off, you get so many emails of so many different agencies, PR agencies, and just marketing agencies that want to help you. And I think it's just understanding how they could be of value because as a new brand, you don't have that much of a budget to just spend on PR and do all these crazy things. So it's really understanding on like what is going to help you most, which I think is challenging because of course there'll be money lost, but you make mistakes and then you just become smarter. But I think the most rewarding thing is it's been a year, almost two. Like whenever a customer posts about our product, whenever we see a comment, anything, people say you helped their skin, you made my routine easier. Like we still jump and scream. Like seriously, I just don't think it will ever get old. Yeah. I could be 20 years in it and I will still scream and yell. So that's so rewarding because I just remember in the beginning when we just launched at Ipsy and we went home and people had our product, influencers were trying it. Like we were so scared. We were like, oh my God, like people are using the product we worked on. Like now influencers are reviewing it. And so it's just like, it's just surreal. And that's like so rewarding when someone's like, oh, you helped my routine or you really helped my skin or this is so amazing. Thank you so much. So it's just like, whoa, like it's really like, whoa moment. Yeah. So
I can't even imagine, creating product and then
someone else using it.
Someone else using it and then loving it. So
such a good feeling.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Right now you have an extremely loved makeup remover that we're talking about, Melt. What's something people don't know about Melt that you'd like them to know?
Oil-free?
Yes. Wow, we read each other's minds. It really so people, I think when they first see makeup removal, for some reason, they think that there's oil in there. And so our product is 100% oil-free. There's no oil in there. So if you are a user of lash extensions like we are, you don't have to worry about your lash extensions coming out. So that's like the number one thing. People are always like, is there oil? Like we get so many Facebook comments, like no oil, 100% oil-free. I think that's
so it does remove like falsies, like just false lashes and lash glue, but it won't remove lash extensions, which are different because it's like something that you just stick on. So different.
Yeah, because if you use oil, if you, for example, so if I'm wearing eyeshadow and lash extensions and I use oil, I like put on a cotton, I use oil, it will like take off my actual lash extensions. But with the spray, I spray, massage, and then just like rinse it off, and it won't hurt my actual like lashes, which I don't want them to come out. But if I'm wearing falsies, then of course I want them to come out. The makeup remover will take them off. Yeah. So that's like the number one thing I could think of.
Yeah.
So funny.
No, that's great. That's great. And after the success of Melt being on the market and featured in Vogue, what's next for Vike Beauty?
So we are kind of with the makeup remover, we are in between skincare and color. So, but we want to dive into color. We want to start making different makeup products. And so we are working on something now. And we hope to release it at the end of this year and early next year. So that's super exciting for us. And it's a product that's going to complement the makeup remover, which sounds weird, but it's going to somehow complement it. And we're super excited to bring that out because we're ready to have more products, more innovation, and we're ready. Like I'm super excited for that.
Well, we're ready too. I'm super excited for it too.
Thank you.
What advice would you give to beauty lovers wanting to pursue influencing?
I love that. I think that an advice that we would give is just to go for it. I feel like people, like when we first started, I was always looking at other people and I'm like, oh my God, they're so professional, like their pictures, their videos. Like I could never match that because we just started, like we didn't have the money to buy an expensive camera. But my advice is just to start, because it's like, if you keep trying to chase perfection and trying to, you know, save up for this camera, just start, because by the time you could save up, you could already have some followers. And like, followers do like to see that growth, like from when you started. Like, it's supposed to be a growth. You're not just supposed to start being a pro. Yeah. So I think it's just go for it. Your work does not have to be perfectly photographed, perfectly edited. Just put what you could do out there, and like, you will grow over time. So I feel like that's what happened like with us too. Like, I was always like looking at other people's stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so good. How am I supposed to match up to this? But just put it out there. Like, just go for it. You know, it just be you. And I feel like people will definitely see that through the camera.
Yeah, and being consistent. Like, if you're going to be an influencer, you have to be consistent. So that means posting every single day. And if it's not a post, then just get on the story and say hi and talk to your followers. And I think also, as you grow, you should always be engaging with your followers. So if someone DMs you and asks for help or just shows you love, you should always get that back.
Yeah. And I think that don't be discouraged. Like, if you start and maybe you're not seeing like the followers or the likes you want, because it's like, just know that it makes you feel good and you feel fulfilled putting out your content out there. And I feel like that'll be enough. With the consistency, like, you will keep going because you have that love for it. And then like the followers and likes, they will come. Like, you just have to give it time, because, you know,
it's not going to happen right away.
Yeah.
And then how do you see the impact you're having as influencers, like working with brands and retailers in beauty? Do you still work with other brands, and, what kind of impact do you see?
So we still do influencer work when we can. We still get PR boxes from just companies that we are on their PR list. So we still promote that. But I think it's great for us because we get to try all new products that are new in the market. And this only helps us when we see like, oh, this is like, maybe we could take this and like make it better, or just like it's always good to try new products because you always want to be in the know. So when you're creating something, you want to make sure you understand what's already out there, and you're going to create something that is different, that it has more innovation. So I think that like, it's great. Yeah, we still do influencer work.
Well, it's been so great speaking with you both, and just learning about your journey as influencers and entrepreneurs, and with Melt, and we're excited for the products that are on the pipeline and coming along. So thank you so much for joining us for our Studio Beautyque event for this evening.
Thank you for having us. This was really lovely.